Long before the players take to the fields with their dreams of victory, or the beachgoers step onto the warm sand of summer, or the cyclists and pedestrians soak in the scenic beauty of the recreation trail, the ball fields, beaches, parks, and public spaces in Monterey are meticulously groomed for each day's rush of activity. Parks Division employees maintain some of Monterey's most public spaces to make those places memorable for their cleanliness, appearance, and pristine beauty.
Well, the standard that was brought to my attention when I first got here, and I've tried to pass that on, is we like to take the Disneyland approach. Disneyland is always well kept and beautiful, and we try to look at it like that.
About a dozen city employees work behind the scenes to prepare Monterey's 38 parks, 6 beaches, and countless public spaces for the enjoyment of residents and visitors alike. These city employees mow the grass, sweep the leaves, and manicure the ball fields.
Well, behind the scenes, we start early. Normal park starters are around 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're the ones that are out there blowing off your sidewalks before you go get your coffee. We're the ones that are watering the areas that may be slippery before you walk downtown. Just a regular maintenance schedule that really helps maintain the parks. Fertilizing, watering, blowing. We do have to get those priorities done before the masses come to the parks or downtown areas and stuff like that.
We have 4 ball fields that are used quite regularly, and so the high school partakes in that, plus our own city leagues. Just keeping those up to our standards, that's another thing behind the scenes.
The diversity of work requires that these city employees have a broad skill set and knowledge of everything from horticulture to irrigation.
We have to have a little of everything. You have some employees that are very good in horticulture. Then you have some employees that are very good in large equipment operation for our construction jobs and irrigation. Irrigation's a big thing. We have some arborists and some greenbelt maintenance personnel.
Well, I would say that most of our city employees that work in the Parks Division have a background in landscaping and horticulture maintenance. I personally came from a golf course that taught me a lot about turf maintenance. So I've been able to implicate that in my horticulture knowledge. There's a lot of planting and trimming and fertilizing of a variety of species of plants that we utilize here. A lot of native plants that take a special expertise, so to speak, in maintaining in this beautiful city of Monterey.
Next time you're on the recreation trail, just look around at how well maintained it is. There is no litter, the trees are beautifully trimmed. Landscaping along the trail enhances the experience. None of this just happens. It's the result of hard work by a small and dedicated team of city employees.
Well, I think the people we have working in them take a lot of pride in their jobs. You know, all of them take a lot of pride in their parks and a lot of pride in their areas. They're very happy to talk to the public, and a lot of them are very knowledgeable of the history of Monterey. Most of them have been here for quite a while. Like I said, we have a beautiful place to work, the city of Monterey. You know, everybody loves to come here, and we strive to keep them as nice as possible.
So I would imagine people that own a home or appreciate natural landscape and beauty, so as I do, will probably judge and critique our city as well. So making it as beautiful as we do helps bring more people to our area, and I sure hope it lets the people that live here appreciate our area.
Parks Division employees also serve as impromptu ambassadors for the city, sharing their knowledge with residents and visitors alike.
When somebody comes in from out of town and they want to know where Colton Hall is or what does Colton Hall represent to the city? Well, knowing a little bit of history about the hall and when it was built in the late 1800s and how it was utilized as a school and part of the government and different aspects like that as far as that history, or say this tree behind us, it's the moon tree, and 95% of everyone has no idea that it was a seedling that went around the moon in one of the Apollo missions back in the 70s. This tree here, the magnolia, that was planted by Lady Bird Johnson back in 1966, I believe, in the main lawn of Colton Hall in front of a 5,000 plus crowd. Well, those are just things that it's important to let people know, because they can walk right by it and not really know that they are walking by history, and a lot of people really find that very interesting.
It takes a lot of work to make Monterey look as good as it does, and keeping Monterey beautiful benefits us all.
Number one, we have this beautiful landscape coastline to work with, and what they don't see is, I think, that we add to it with our landscaping and the condition of our parks.
It's a love of your work environment. It's a love of being outside in our in our office, and it's just an overall feeling of a job well done when you see maintaining the parks is something that all of us strive to do the best that we can for the community.
If, as the saying goes, parks make life better, then parks employees make our lives better every day.
And I think it's got the most beautiful coastline around. And just the settings of these parks, all our trees, the greenery, the plants we're able to grow here because of our Mediterranean climate, I think it's second to none.